if you are getting hit by a sudden change, a shock, something that you didn't see coming out of nowhere, right? And some type of news. That's the energies right now that's going on, and it's hitting everybody in a different area. So it's either in your relationships, home, maybe news with kids, health, career. Everybody's feeling it. So if you get a sudden shakeup in a specific area of your life. Okay, so let's say you lose your job, you get fired, all of a sudden you're like, what just happened? Or just shake up energy with your relationship or friends. It could be finances or your health, like a big shock with your health. Okay, I want you to pause, right? Take deep breaths. Okay, so you take a deep breath in through your nose, like that. You're gonna hold it and count, and then breathe out through your mouth. And you're gonna repeat that a few times. So you receive a news, you get this shake up, everybody's chaotic outside in your world, it's just chaos. So what you need to do is you need to focus on your inner world. You need to focus on your energy, okay? Because you don't have control on what's going on the outside. You have control in your inner world. So you want to do a couple of those deep breaths because you need to calm your nervous system immediately, okay? That's first thing. Then you're going to put your phone down, okay? Take a moment for yourself. Forget the situation. All right, I need you to be Delulu for a second. Just because the situation, it can wait for a second, okay? You need your inner strength. You need to raise your energy. Your number one priority right now is to raise your frequency. That's the only way you're going to be able to handle the outside, whatever it is. So you're going to go outside, you're going to take your shoes off, and you're going to ground. You're going to connect with the earth, okay? Whether you have pavement, cement, or soil, sand, connect with earth. You need to ground. You could just close your eyes, take deep breaths, and ground, because you need that energy. You need to release your energy and take on Earth's electromagnetic field because it's going to assist you. This is science, okay? You can look up grounding or earthing. So there's science behind this. So you need that support. You can take it into visualization. You can take it a step further and you can visualize yourself, like visualize roots coming out of your feet as if you're a tree standing and going down deep into the earth. Okay, so you can feel really, really solid and supported. You're gonna feel stronger by doing this. You can feel like a tree, like an oak tree, okay? And you can stand there and just do some of those calming breathing, and then you can stretch. You can just shake up the energy. I also recommend listening to your favorite music that you can move your body, so not slow, but more like the type of music that you would listen at the gym. Okay, so you dance it up, jump up and down, move around. You want to raise your frequency as high as possible and as quick as possible. Okay, then you're gonna do this affirmation. Okay, say this affirmation or write it down on your mirror, sticky notes, on your arm, write it everywhere. Everything is working out in my favor. The universe got my back, even though it doesn't seem like it. This change, this shakeup is working out for me in my favor. Why? Because I have faith and I trust in God, the Creator. Okay? Same, and I want you to visualize or compare it to the same scenario when you go on an airplane. Hopefully you don't have the fear of flying. if not, call me. So I want you to Compared to when you go on an airplane. You don't know the pilot most of the time, right? But you trust the pilot. That's why you get a ticket, you get on, you're not thinking about the pilot. You just trust it. So just because you don't know the pilot, you're not seeing him most of the time, you know he's doing his job. Same thing. God is doing the same thing. So I want you to repeat that affirmation that this shakeup, all the shaking is working out in my favor. Why? Okay, so God's got my back. I know this is divinely orchestrated. And also, if you're like me, if you're into quantum physics, quantum jumping, quantum timelines, manifesting your highest timeline, guess what? If you're doing manifesting, like quantum jumping, anything that's not aligned with your highest timeline has to go. And that is the people in your life, the job that you're currently in, maybe the location where you're living, maybe the food, your lifestyle, diet that you're eating. So what's not aligned with your highest timelines gotta go. And you had a lot of opportunities, okay? You've had a lot of times shaking a little bit and, like gentle nudges, but guess what? Those days are over. Things are shaking up. They're getting louder because God needs you to align with your mission. All right. It's like enough is enough. No more waiting. I'm sure you feel the nudge every single day. Okay. No more waiting. You signed up for this mission. You signed up for this before you were born. And anything that's not aligned, that's not going to go with you, with your highest timeline, highest mission, it's got to go. And things are shaking. So that shaking, whether it's your partner shaking in your home situation, shaking with your health, shaking with your career, you gotta evaluate. Okay, you gotta evaluate and say, okay, I'm listening, I surrender. I surrender, because the more you resist, I promise you, oh my God, I was there. I did it. The more you resist, the more shaking you're gonna have. Okay, so you want to go with the flow in the river. Don't go against the current. All right, surrender, trust, realize, know, have faith that these sudden changes, these sudden shocks, these sudden awakenings are happening for a reason, is so you can make different choices than you have been doing in the past. Because, the meaning of insanity, you keep doing the same things, expecting different results, right? So, so things have to get louder, more shaky, so you can make changes. Okay, make changes. And the more adaptable you are, the more relying on faith, the more you choose choose faith over fear, the easier it will be. Okay, you'll be able to maintain your high frequency and feel calm and peaceful and grounded in your nervous system, and vice versa. The more you resist, change. So if you're a Taurus, or you've got lots of Taurus in you, or people around you who have that energy, they're the hardest, more resistant for change. Gotta be more Gemini, more adaptable, okay, more open for change, and just allow and have faith. Okay, this is working out in my favor. And practice the little things. All right, practice. So let's say there's something small, not tragic, I don't know, food spills, stuff drops and there's a mess, and while you're cleaning, instead of getting mad and frustrated, just say, this is working out in my favor. I'm trusting this is meant to be. It's gonna work out in my favor. And the more you practice that, the more you prepare yourself for bigger changes, okay, bigger shocks. What you're doing when you're doing those practices is you're starting to reframing and training your subconscious. So having these subconscious programs that it's okay if there's sudden changes. I mean, I plan and I have a strategy, but if there's a sudden unexpected change and shocks, I'm good. I can handle it. I'm calm. I don't go into panic mode. I don't go into fear, because that will drop your energy, it will drop your frequency, and it will affect your immune system. Okay, over time, you stay in fear for too long, you're gonna get sick. It will lower your immune system. This is known. Okay, so trust, have faith, and surrender.